Xiaomian Ao here, and in this video, I'll be discussing 3 key points to take note of when thinking about data retention. Number 1, for how long do you need to retain the data? It is really important to understand precisely if this is a minimum or a maximum period. The law usually stipulates a minimum period for when certain data must be kept, sometimes with accompanying inspection, production, or audit rights. Number 2, why do you need to retain the data? For instance, do you need to retain it to comply with statutory obligations? Some common ones being from corporate law, accounting, tax, employment, as well as sectoral regulations. Alternatively, do you have a business need for retaining the data? It is fairly typical for records to be kept for just over the specified statutory limitation period, which is a time bar for when tort and contract actions must be brought in the courts. This will enable the company to have documentary evidence that is relevant to such claims. If there isn't a real need to retain, however, it is probably best to purge data because having data in your possession or control means potential liability attaches to it, whether that be due to a non-compliance with data subject requests or a breach. Privacy laws tend to mandate that personal data must not be kept for longer than it is needed to serve a business or legal purpose. Number 3, in what form do you need to retain the data? Not only is it vital to ascertain if retention must be in a physical or a digital state, but also you should determine if that copy or record needs to be kept within a specific territory or premise. Also, any destruction is typically expected to be whole and complete. In other words, mere archiving just does not cut it. You should consider automating the purging process as much as possible to reduce human error and oversight. Further, if this procedure is outsourced, you should ensure that your vendor has certified the destruction in accordance with their contractual responsibilities, as you would want to ring-fence any position with regards to a regulatory standpoint. We have had extensive experience advising and supporting clients on their data retention practices, including conducting global surveys, drafting comprehensive protocols, and negotiating contractual provisions pertaining to the same. Do feel free to reach out if you are keen to understand how best to ring-fence your risks associated with the retention of data.